my camera keeps focusing on that instead of me, and I can't fix it because all the gear, no idea. You've sold a kidney, one of your children, and maybe sacrificed all of your inheritance in exchange for the money to buy one of these, but you're not quite done. You need some accessories. So I thought I'd do a quick video about the accessories I use for my Leica Q3 and the things I love the most. And the very first thing you can see right here is this silver top here, thumb grip. Now, one of the benefits of this thumb grip is that when you slide it on like this, they've given you these two to replicate the buttons that you have at the back, so you don't lose out on anything. The only thing you do lose out on is the access to the diopter. However, the good thing about this is, once you've clicked that in, you don't need to worry about it. There may be a better version of these out there that's cheaper, but I was in the Leica store at the time, so I thought, well, I struggle to leave without buying something, so yet again, I ended up with one of these with the Leica brand on it. Now, the second thing that I use is the Peak Design strap system, and this is just a lifesaver, it really is. The thing you can't do with a neck strap is easily turn the camera like that, because I find that the strap at the top, if you turn your camera this way or this way, gets in the way of the shot that way, or it falls back over the lens here. The next thing I will talk about is this, and by God, please don't buy it. It is a shutter button. You put this here and you screw it in. I bought it. I put my camera in its little pouch, and sure enough, I got to where I was going. I was on a flight to Spain, got out, wanted to take a photograph, and first thing it said was memory card full. And I'm like, really? And the battery was nearly dead. Basically, in my bag, it had just been taking photos like this for the entire flight. Now, there is a reason that that's partly my fault, insofar as I never turn my camera off. If you look, for example, there, I was doing that for the purposes of showing you what I do with the buttons, but I always have it on like this, and it's asleep within a minute. And then I just press that button and it's ready to go. I like having my camera set up like that, so it's just immediately, oh, see that, want to take a photograph of it. Don't have to think about waiting 60 seconds for a camera to load up or turn on. So that is something that I do by default. The problem with this, with how high it sits relative to the rest of the body, is that it will always be getting pressed. So please, for the love of God, do not buy one of those. Now, this is pretty. I really like it. There is a problem with it, but it's pretty. Sometimes you can forgive stuff when it's beautiful. You really can, for all manner of crimes. So you slide this on like this, it goes over your case like that, lift this cover up at the back, screw there, and just screw it in nice and tightly. What are the downsides to this? Well, the back of this camera, to get this up is nigh impossible when you have this case on. And I thought it would loosen in time, but it really doesn't. You really have to yank the bottom of this like that, and you feel like you're breaking it. You don't feel like what you're doing is good for the camera. I know it's a Leica, so it's probably gonna last forever and a day anyway, but that really is unforgivable. You feel that clicking. Now, the top part comes off like this, so you can lift the top part and then pop that out. But if you look, I'll do it again. You pop that out, it's rubbing against that. Eventually that's gonna scratch the base here, or it's gonna just scuff the leather. Whichever way, that's one thing I don't like about this. This is a beautiful case, but is it my favorite device for this thing? No. I think my favorite device or add-on for the Leica Q3 has got to be the wireless charging grip base. It really is an essential for me, and I take it with me all the time. I've got a wireless charging mat for my phone, and just about, if you're careful with this, you can nail it by getting it on top of there. It is hit and miss, but it does sometimes work. The rest of the time, the beauty of this is it is just such a sturdy and secure base that you never feel like you're gonna drop this. So that, with the thumb grip at the back, is just joyous to hold. And you really don't need this when you've got this grip on it, and you get rid of that stupid thing I should never have bought. You have an outrageously good setup. If you're gonna get anything for your Q3, get the thumb grip. That's just incredibly cool and good and handy and safe. And get the base plate. Everything else you can do without. Thumb grip and the base plate, those are the two you absolutely should buy if you're in the market for gadgets for your Leica Q3. And I will see you in the next one.